I was going to do a garden tour, but as you can't know if you can hear it, but it is raining outside. So, there goes my idea of a garden tour for you guys. I guess I'm going to have to wait until later, but I guess I'll show you a little bit about what's growing in the greenhouse while we wait for this rain to subside, maybe. But yeah, I was going to do a garden update, but as you can tell, I don't know if you can hear it, but it is just raining outside. Well, that's life. As for the hydroponic system, I have not set it back up yet. So everything in here has got to come out. I had lettuce in here and it was past its prime, so I had to throw it all out. And then some of the other stuff like the strawberries, I had a little bit of oopsie with the off bug spray and it kind of got on the leaves, so it fried most of it. I don't know if it's gonna come back or not, but I've been trying to pinch off as many of these flowers as I can, because I want flowers for next year, not this year, because this year's flowers will produce really teeny tiny strawberries, and if I let it produce next year, I'll get some bigger ones. I was going to show you some of the bigger ones I had outside in the garden out there, from letting them sit and not produce the first year. But yeah, see, these are the leftovers. This is the very end of the lettuces. They've done really well, but then the rest of this stuff has got to go. I did just put this nest egg gourd in here, so we'll see if he actually grows real well. And then I have a bit of a leftover spinach that got hit by something, so it's probably gonna have to just come out. But then the rest of it, there's a Swiss chard who got left down here by accident. I'll have to get him in the ground soon. But she's very big, very beautiful. A couple bug spots on her. And then we have my nephew's pumpkins, which he is super excited about those. This is 2 of the 6. He's already planted 4 of them. He's got to plant those other 2. And then this is one of my, I don't remember what it is. It's one of the seeds I got from work. So I honestly don't remember what that is. And then these are all of the kales and Swiss chard, and then some melons that I started about a week ago now. And they're doing beautifully. They're just really starting to come up. Pretty soon these guys will be ready to transplant into the garden. And then here's a few of the tomatoes. They all need to be potted. They're all, like this one desperately needs an up pot. It's way too big for that pot. I was kind of hoping to be able to get them in the ground, but the weather's been kind of weird. And then we have our eggplants, which I've never grown eggplants, so this is my first year for eggplant. So I can't wait. I'm hoping they do well. Then I've got peppers. They're starting to grow up beautifully. I've got some of the sweet peppers from Baker Creek. And then I've got a hot lemon pepper for a neighbor going. And then I've got more watermelon, which I'm not sure how I got so many watermelon going. I think it's because my nephew helped me. And then I've got some of this holy basil that Jess from Roots and Refuge was talking about, and I can't wait. I'm hoping it does really well. And then these guys are actually native pollinator seeds. I can't wait to see how well these guys do. They're a little bunched in there. I'm going to have to get them all transplanted into separate pots. But let me show you our crazy tomato plant that has survived in here since September. Okay, who remembers the crazy tomato plant that survived in here since September? This section of it looks really bad. It's starting to look gangly. But this section is actually looking fairly well. This offshoot came off the bottom, where the other offshoot came up off this top branch here. This is where this one kind of came out. And it's not doing as well. It looks like it's starting to die back and may not do as well. This one that came off of this bottom shoot up here, I don't know if you can see it, but it already has flowers on it. They've not bloomed yet. I'm hoping that it stays and does really well because it's been in here since September. I have fertilized it a little bit just to give it a little bit of oomph. It does have a little bit of bug damage on some of the leaves, but it's, for being in here since September, it's doing fairly well. I'm hoping some of the other tomatoes I've got do well. And then this is a section of basil, or selection of basil, I should say. It's got some purple, or not purple. It has the dark opal basil. The purple basil didn't come up for some reason. It's got the British basil, the lime basil, which is not doing as well. And then this large sweet basil is doing beautifully. And then the large basil plant. And it just smells beautiful. I wish you guys could smell it. It is just, oh. This is just a small section of the basil. The rest of it has already been planted in several herb garden spots throughout the garden. So I'm going to plant these throughout some of the tomato plants, and then put some more out at some of the other spots. For those who are wondering about this poor spot on my thumb, I've busted a blood vessel. So it's fine. It doesn't really hurt unless I accidentally whack it on something, and then because I forget it's there, honestly. But yeah, it's not fun. But this basil, I wish you guys could smell it. It just, oh my goodness. But yeah, it's still raining, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Hopefully tomorrow it won't be raining. I've got a couple plants I've got to deliver to somebody who has ordered a few of my extras. And then my neighbor, I gave her some plants yesterday, and she's requested a few more, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get you guys into a garden tour when it's not raining. Bye guys!